Hello everyone. I hope you are well today. Welcome to Training Tuesday. It is that time of the week again. 11 a.m. on Tuesdays is when Training Tuesday happens. So thank you for tuning in and joining me today. If you are watching on the replay, do give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you are here. But if you are tuning in live, do make sure you give me a hello, some thumbs up, some hearts, some likes, some loves, some shares, all those good things, whatever they happen to be on whichever platform you happen to be watching on today, because we are live across all our different platforms. And I do just need to trigger it off as well on Instagram, because that one has not started yet. So let me just plug that one in too. Here we go. So do say hello in the comments. Let me know that you are here. Let me know that you are tuning in today. I would love to know that you are watching and tuning in. So do give me a hello. Now, today's topic for Training Tuesday is how to create a budget. So we're going to be speaking about forecasting, budgeting in a small business, and how to actually work out what the budget is, how much you have to spend on things in your business. This is something that we cover off straight off when we have clients that come on board. We build them out what we call a profit plan, and part of that is working out what the budget is. So I'm going to cover off some of that with you here today on this session in terms of how to create a budget. If you are, however, new to me, you have not seen me before, you are wondering who this person on your screens is, my name is Annette Ferguson. I am CEO of Annette & Co, a UK-based accounting firm. I am a chartered accountant, certified profit first professional, and small business growth strategist. And fundamentally, we help business owners take home more money from their business for them and their families to enjoy, of course, as well as doing all the standard normal accounting, compliance-y, bookkeeping-y stuff too. But I want to really speak about how to create a budget today. So let's dive in. And if you have any questions or comments as we are going along, then please do let me know in the comments. Feel free to ask. I will more than happy to answer them. Good morning. Is it Wileki? I am no idea how to pronounce your name. I'm really sorry. If you can put it phonetically in the comments, I will attempt to correctly pronounce it. Perhaps you're known as Will for short. I don't know. But apologies for butchering your name there. But thank you for saying hello. I do very much appreciate it. Almost. Okay, well, close enough, hopefully. I apologize. So yes, today I'm going to speak about how to create a budget. And so as always, I have a few notes in front of me, so you may see me consulting those. You may notice my my eyes roaming to those, but I want to make sure that I get all the pieces of the puzzle for you today as we go through this session. So feel free to take notes, feel free to ask questions. So the first place I want to start, when we create a budget in our business, we really do need to make sure that our spending, our proposed spending, is going to be in alignment with the business that we want. What that means for me is that we have our expenses as lean as they can be while still working for us as a business owner. And so I firmly believe that we therefore need to find and eliminate money leaks in our business before we can even begin to create a budget to work with. Because why would we want to incorporate money leaks into our budget? That does not make sense. That does not seem the right strategy to do. So the very first thing when you're establishing a budget in your business is to first of all find and eliminate money leaks. Well, how do you do that? Here is an exercise for you. So I want you to gather together all your business, bank, credit card statements, anywhere where business spending is happening. That might be in PayPal as well, for example, and gather together all those statements for the last 12 months. Now, I'm going to talk you through this as if you've had the physical paper statements, but you can do this using CSVs if you have those as well. So you can do this electronically. But if you gather together all those statements, and then if you go through every single page, every single line item, every single month, and ask yourself this question: is this expense 100% necessary to keep the proverbial lights on in my business? If the answer is yes, you can highlight that expense. This is not things that are nice to have. It's not things that are 80% necessary. It's things that are 100% necessary. Your business cannot function without it. So insurance might be one of those things. Your business may legally not be allowed to operate without insurance, and therefore it is 100% necessary to keep the lights on in your business. So making sure that you are very clear that you are not marking up nice to haves here. These are things that you would not be able to run your business without. This will include taxes, by the way, because legally you have to pay taxes in order to run a business. So things that are 100% necessary to run the business, mark that with a highlighter, and ask yourself this every single expense item, line by line, month by month. And for some things that reoccur on a monthly basis, you will be asking yourself this 12 times as you go through your pages of your statements. And that is okay, because sometimes, just sometimes after the 8th or 9th time, the answer might change to maybe it's not 100%, maybe it's actually 80%. So there's no harm in asking the question again. And once you've gone through the first time and you have done this and you've asked yourself this question, I want you to go back to the beginning of the transactions. And it's best to do these in these two stages. It can be tempting to cut corners here, but please do it in these two stages, because this is how you'll get the most value from this exercise. Because next time you go through, I want you to ask yourself this question: is this expense 100% necessary? Sorry, we've done that one. Is this expense delivering me a positive return in terms of money or time? And if the answer is yes, you can circle it. You go through again every single item, every single line, every single month, and ask, is this delivering me a positive return in terms of money or time? What that means is the money I am spending on this giving me more money than I am putting in? Or is the money I am spending on this buying me time to free me up in order to do activities that generate more money than I am spending on it? Okay, so again, line by line, item by item. And once you have done this, you are going to have a pile of paper or CSV files where you have not marked anything. You have not highlighted it, you have not circled it, it is blank. And my question to you then is, what is the purpose of that in your business? And often the purpose is that it's a nice to have. I enjoy having it. This is a good thing to have. I like having this thing. And whilst it's okay to have nice to haves in our business, what we need to understand is when we are spending on nice to haves, we are taking away money from elsewhere in our business. And it's usually to us as a business owner as our take home. So understand that that is a decision you are making with those things that you have not circled and you have not highlighted. And in many instances, those things can be deemed money leaks in our business. And it's up to you as to whether you continue with that or whether you decide that actually you've had enough of those leaks and you want to get rid of them. Now, that is the very first stage, because now we are boiling it down to, okay, what costs are we going to therefore continue going forward in our business? What costs are necessary to us and what costs are delivering us a return? Therefore, what are we going to carry forward? And this is where we start to set the budget for your expenditure in your business. Now, as time goes by in your business, there will be things that change. Excuse me. There will be things that change. There will be new things that you need and things that you need to drop. And therefore, this exercise is really important to actually do this regularly in your business. I recommend at least quarterly, because in doing this, you then understand the stage that your business is at any point in time. And that means that you're able to assess where the money goes. Now, it may be that you go, okay, well, this is my nice to haves that I'm going to get rid of. This is my 100% necessary costs. These are my delivering me positive returns cost. But I want to try out new things in my business. I might want to, try networking. if I want to try running ads, how do I know what I can spend on those things? So far we've worked out what you're going to be spending on the 100% necessary things, and we've worked out what you're going to be spending on the delivering a positive return things. We've worked out those budgets because we've just done that exercise for money leaks. But what about the other things that you want to spend money on in your business? You want to try, you want to test, you want to work out whether it's going to work for you. Well, the only real way to do this is to actually create a full profit plan for your business. Now, if you've not heard me speak about profit plans before, I've actually written a book on profit planning and how to profit plan and building out a profit plan for your business. This is not a moneymaker for me. It costs 77 pence on Kindle. So make sure you do check that out if you're interested in learning more about this. You can go to annetteandco.co.uk/pp book for a profit plan book, or you can just search the profit plan in Amazon and you'll be able to get that on your Kindle. There will be a paperback coming, but I'm not finished proofreading it yet. So that is for the future. That aside, that is how you, that book is going to tell you exactly how you do this full forecast, this full profit plan for your business. But what you do need to do if you're wanting to work out what other areas you can spend on, if you can afford to take on a new team member and up your budget for your wages, for example, you are going to need to build out a profit plan of forecast on your business with the principles of profitability layered into it. And how you do that is, first of all, you've got your costs, which you've already done, but now you need to work out your revenue plan and you need to work out what that is going to look like over the next 12 months. You need to map out your revenue based on your promotion periods, based on any launches that you have, based on any seasonality in your business, based on the historics, and based on any future plans that you have. And you need to actually map that out month by month to understand what you believe your revenue pattern is going to be in your business over the next 12 months. And then you layer in the costs of your business that you have done through that money leaks exercise. So you layer in your 100% necessary costs and you layer in your positive return costs. Once you do that, you need to make sure that you layer in your own take home and what you want from the business over the next 12 months. You need to layer in what taxes you're going to pay based on those costs. You can work out approximately what your tax position will be, your corporation tax position will be for the business, just by simply taking the income minus the costs and timesing that by 19% will give you at least a basic starting point for that. And then you can see, okay, what is available for profit as it stands? And is there anything extra in there that can be then used for testing, trying new things, taking on a new member of staff, or whatever that might be? Is there any room in the budget for some of these other things that we might want to try? And that is ultimately how you work out if you can afford new things in your business, if they are within budget or if they are not. And without doing this exercise, you really can't get a good grasp on whether you can afford things in your business, because you're just making decisions based on your bank balance if you're doing that. And that is not a way to run a financially healthy business. You need to understand what the future will look like as much as possible. And yes, of course, when you do these exercises, you're never going to get it 100% right the first time. That just won't happen, but you will get closer and closer the more you do this. And this profit plan that you're building, when you're working with your budgets, they need to be tracked and measured. So if you have set yourself a budget for your marketing spend, you need to then make sure at the end of that month if you've hit that budget or not, or if you are going over budget, and therefore what you need to do. Do you need to change the budget? Do you need to change your spending habits? And you need to assess where you're sitting with those and make sure that they're in the right place for you and your business as it currently stands. Because what we don't want to do is overspend in one area, and it means that you end up taking home less money from your business. That's not the plan. That's not the purpose. So being really clear on your objectives and what you're doing and where you're headed with your business and what your budgets and forecasts are is how you get control of your finances and how you get clarity on what the future looks like for you and your family when it comes to your take home from your business. So I hope that makes sense. Have we got any questions on how to create a budget, how to get this working in your business? If there's any questions, I'm more than happy to answer those, because I firmly believe that getting a solid budget and a profit plan in place is so incredibly important to the financial health of a business, to actually a business working for you and you getting that sort of freedom of clarity going forward from what you want from your business and how it can deliver for you as well. It's really interesting because in a corporate setting, budgets are set all the time, forecasts are set all the time. And if a business does not hit the numbers that are expected of it, the business's share price will actually plummet, because the market understands that a business should be able to reliably predict its profit, its revenue, its costs, and all those things, because it runs to budgets. And this is an art that actually has been lost in small business in many, many ways, because people deem it to be too corporate, but actually it really does give clarity, and it's really incredibly important. When we do this for our clients, we do this for our clients when they come on board and people say, they've never seen their business this way before. It's eye-opening. It gives them so much clarity. It gives them so much faith in their business. It gives them understanding of what their take home is going to be, and all those things which are really important for confidence as a small business owner, and to understand where your business is headed. So we're saying, I'm just starting, I'm going to mess up your name again. But you're saying, I'm just starting up. How can you figure out a budget as you can't look back for 12 months? Absolutely. So this, of course, it's not quite as easy when you don't have the history to look back on. But in understanding when you are making decisions about what costs you are going to incur in your business and what you're going to take on as costs and what your business requires, you can still ask yourself those questions as you're looking for what you might need going forward as costs. And in terms of revenue, that is going to be harder to predict. It a little bit depends on your background. If you're coming from any similar background to how you're starting up in your business, that you can rely on some of your historic expertise that you've built up, or any data that you can find publicly on how businesses might be expected to financially perform in the first year in your sector and in your area, what you might be expecting in terms of costs for your type of business. And you can look at those kinds of things as well by looking online and searching online. I hope that helps a little bit. It is harder in the first year. Absolutely, it is. And you'll probably get it less right in the first year than you do in any other year. And that's okay, because forecasting, budgeting, and setting a profit plan is practice. It's muscle memory, and it's getting things working, and that's completely okay too. When we build out profit plans for year one businesses, there is a lot of experience goes into that in reality, from working with other businesses in the sector. So understanding what the typical costs will be, understanding what your typical expenses will be, and understanding what the revenue pattern might look like. And that that's what you're going to have to rely on in terms of, Googling, basically looking up stuff and getting an idea there from other people that have done similar things to you is probably the best way to do it at the beginning. I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense to you as well. So any other questions? I'm happy to answer those. Please do let me know if there's anything, any other questions that you have that may come in. You're welcome. You're more than welcome. I'm glad that's helpful, Lewis. I'm glad that has been a useful session for you today. So thank you for tuning in and joining me. For everyone who has joined in the session today, I do appreciate your time as always. I know it's precious, so thank you for spending some of it with me. Now, we've got our next Training Tuesday is next Tuesday, of course, at 11 a.m. And how to perform a year-end review is what I am speaking about next week. So do make sure you mark that in your diaries and join me for that. I will also be doing, by the way, a bonus live at some point tomorrow afternoon because we have the budget tomorrow. So I will be doing a bonus live tomorrow afternoon, filling you in on what the budget means for small business. Once we've got a chance to go through that, digest it, work it out, then I will be live probably around about 4ish tomorrow, which will be the 15th of March. If you're watching on the replay, that will be the 15th of March that I'm talking about. Also, again, live on Thursday, the 16th, for our UK economy and business update. So do make sure you join me then. That is also at 11 a.m. So I will see you then for that as well. Lots of lives this week. I am also doing, for those of you that are fans of Profit First, I am also doing a Profit First Q&A session tomorrow, I believe, too. And that is happening inside the Profit First UK Facebook community. So if you search for us in there, you should be able to find us there too. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for joining me, as always. And I will speak to you all very, very soon. Take care, everyone.